right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of year. The Game Awards is around the corner. Today is November 20th, 2025. The Game Awards, I believe, is on December 11th. The nominations have came out, and there is some drama surrounding the nominations for Game of the Year that's got ball and gun gamers, chicken tender gamers, Pizza Hut gamers, their panties in a bunch. I mean, they do this every year. They think they're in tune with the culture, and then they find out they're not. But this year, it's especially egregious because, in my humble opinion, and I've been saying this since the game came out, this is not even a conversation. This is the first time since probably 2022 when Elden Ring dropped, because in my opinion, Expedition 33 is the best game to drop since Elden Ring. When Elden Ring dropped, we all universally agreed nothing's beating this. When I played Expedition 33, I was about halfway through this game, and I was saying, I don't know if anything's good. It's pretty. People who played this game, people who are in tune with this culture, was like, yeah, this one's probably going to be a landslide. And I'm going to be honest, the award show has not happened, but for those who missed the nominees, this game got nominated for 12 awards. Expedition 33 is the most nominated game in Game Award history. And they're still shocked after Baldur's Gate, after Elden Ring. They're still fucking shocked, the ball and gun gamers. So, this one's been causing a lot of controversy because, you know, in my humble opinion, I get it. People are on a budget. They have tight time, so you might not be able to play every game. But in my humble opinion, if there are 5 or 6 games nominated every year, you should have played at least half of them to have any type of opinion on what should be Game of the Year. But every time this time of year during the Game Awards, the ball and gun chicken tender gamers come out and they love to give these very definitive, strong opinions as if they speak for the culture when they don't know what they're talking about, which reiterates and redouble down on what I've been saying, that gaming is the only culture, it's the only hobby where you got to pull teeth for people to do things that they claim they love, but then they try to speak for the game. You guys don't play any fucking games. I was doom scrolling last night on on TikTok, and for some reason I just started getting mad videos from different content creators giving their take on Expedition 33 being nominated for Game of the Year. And just for clarification, if you don't think Expedition is Game of the Year, that's perfectly fine. I'm cool with that, because art is subjective. But what I will say is, if at bare minimum you don't understand why it's nominated, you are a fraud. You are a fraud. You are a fucking fraud. I was getting mad videos last night when I was doom scrolling of people just giving shitty takes. And I said, ooh, let me save all of these, man, because we're going to have some fun with this. But before we get into it, because I'm going to reveal some of these terrible takes and I'm going to respond to them, I just would like to state I have no personal, and I hate I have to do this, I have no personal issue with any of these content creators. I don't know these people. We're just talking about video games. So don't go and be attacking people. I feel like I always got to start with that. Don't be going out there attacking people and harassing people. That shit is not cool. But we are going to get these free views. I appreciate you guys putting your shitty opinions on the internet. It helps me out, helps me get views. The first one comes from Gamer Man Joey. Let's hear what he has to say when it comes to Expedition 33.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Wow. Ghost of Yotei didn't get nominated for Game of the Year. Let's just watch this. Oh, no.
Oh, my bad. This one's about Silk Song. The other two are about Expedition 33. We'll get to that.
Oh, don't tell me they did one of these. I don't agree with that. Is there voice acting? Is there any sort of acting in this? Or is it... This looks like a cool math game. This got nominated over... That got nominated over this shit right here. That got nominated over this? Cinema? I'm trying to see if there's any voice performances. There's no voice performances. I'm trying to be respectful here, but this bothers me. The category for Game of the Year is Best Game That Excels in All Aspects of Games. It already loses points for not being 3-dimensional. You are missing a dimension, so you already lose points for ingenuity. On top of that, there's no voice performances. There's no voice performances, so you're automatically losing more points because there's no best performer. Games like this should not be nominated for Game of the Year, especially when we saw last year with that card game. Whereas you look at Ghost of Yotei, it's got everything. It's got incredible performances, incredible music. It got nominated for all those awards. It's got incredible art direction. It's got an incredible story, incredible gameplay. I'm sure this is a fun game. I'm not going to take that away from it, but it doesn't deserve a Game of the Year award nominee over a game like Ghost of Yotei. that's crazy to me, dude. Especially that card game from last year. This is like that all over again. This looks like a cool math game, dude. I mean, all
right, that's the gist of it. And I'm here to tell you that take was... Dear Gamerman Joey, I hate to break it to you. You might not be aware of this, but you are a ball and gun gamer. You are a Papa John's Domino's Pizza gamer. You are a Chicken Tenders gamer. First and foremost, there's so much to break down here. The first thing I want to break down is somebody who played and beat Ghost of Yote on stream recently. You said that Ghost of Yote should have been nominated over Silk Song simply because it's cinema, absolute cinema in comparison to Silk Song. First and foremost, Ghost of Yote is not absolute cinema. Ghost of Yote is a beautiful game. Don't get me wrong, but it's not absolute cinema. And the reason being is it's a simple revenge story. Spoiler, but if you haven't played the game, the story of Ghost of Yote is there's a woman named Atsu whose family is killed by a gang known as the Yote Six. They burn and hang her family. She grows up and she spins the block on them niggas. That was the story. It doesn't, if you watch the trailer, that's the gist of the story. Now, don't get me wrong, the game is it's visually one of the best looking games of the year. But that is not to call something absolute cinema because of that. That's no, it's just beautiful. I think you're getting the visuals confused because when you say absolute cinema, to me, you're saying not just the visuals, the camera angle, the storytelling, the performance. The story was the most elementary story and that was one of my biggest problems. And they removed the element of Jin struggling with his moral code of being a samurai and becoming a ninja. None of that is in the game. So no, Ghost of Yote, I hate to break it to you, it's a solid 8. But it did not deserve to be nominated. Maybe last year it would have gotten nominated, but this year there's a lot of competition. Now, why did Silk Song get nominated? Silk Song got nominated because he made this argument it should have been nominated. A, because it's a 2D game. That's a terrible take. You're essentially saying 2D games are not real games. B, he said it didn't have any voice acting, so it shouldn't be nominated. No, Game of the Year is judged based off of how it resonated with the culture and the quality of the game. That's it. And what makes Silk Song worthy of Game of the Year is the best analogy I could give is, yeah, it doesn't have the voice performances like Ghost of Yote, but Silk Song is one of those games where like it does something so good in particular, it hides all of its weaknesses. Kind of like Shaq. Shaq couldn't shoot free throws, he couldn't shoot threes. All that nigga did was dunk, drop step, and block shots. But he was so fucking good at it. He was a 4-time NBA champion. This is the highest level quality of a Metroidvania type of game. The art is beautiful. The platforming, the combat is challenging. The music is solid. The game, and this is what I mean when I say people are they're not in tune with the culture. The game was so popular, it crashed Steam. So yes, I understand what you're saying. Oh, you think, no, Silk Song, what it does is so good, everything else doesn't matter. And sometimes that happens. You know what the fuck Steph Curry is going to do. Did the French team stop him when two people, Kevin Durant and LeBron James was standing on the wing wide open in the fucking Olympics finals. Steph Curry had two people on him. That nigga said, give me the ball, and he shot over them, and he made it. And everybody said, God bless America. Are you going to tell Steph Curry he shouldn't stop? Some people are so fucking good at what they... Green, fuck, nigga. Yes, green. So that's what Silk Song is. It's so good at what it does, it got nominated. That's the reason it's in the situation that it's in. And I think it's just very dismissive to be like, oh, it's a 2D game. It shouldn't be in the fucking conversation. I hate to break it to you. Ghost of Yote was just not a Game of the Year contender as somebody who beat it. I think if they would have fleshed out the character a little bit more, cut down on the fat, because that's another issue Ghost of Yote had. I think it would be in a better situation. But we got to stop with these chicken tender takes, man. We got to stop with these chicken tender takes. You don't have to like it, but Ghost of Yote was not that great. I'm gonna be honest. 10 years from now, I don't think we'll be talking about Ghost of Yote. I said it. I think we'll be talking about Ghost of Tsushima because I think still to this day we argue that it was robbed. A lot of people argue it was robbed by The Last of Us. But it was a very safe sequel that just didn't do enough to push any type of boundaries. Is Ghost about to be the Spider-Man 2 of the Game Awards? I think it is this year's Spider-Man 2. It's this year's Spider-Man 2, Black Myth Wukong. Solid single-player action adventure game, but it's not pushing any boundaries. It's not doing anything that we haven't seen before. And then the story, in order for it to get nominated, they had to knock it out the park. So respectfully, I disagree with this take. You don't gotta like it, but Ghost of Yote was not absolute cinema. Yeah, I'm gonna go as far as to say if you think Ghost of Yote is absolute cinema, you didn't play a lot of games. You didn't play a lot of games. You don't play a lot of games as a whole. This is the gamer I be trying to tell y'all about that only plays Call of Duty, 2K, Madden. So and then when Ghost of Yote comes along, this shit is absolute cinema to him. No, it's not. It's not doing anything groundbreaking. Next opinion. This one comes from Just Joshin. This one was about Expedition 33. The next two. I'm saying the third video is my favorite. Let's see what he has to say.
Honest, if we put the decision for game of the year in the hands of actual gamers, Expedition 33 probably wouldn't win.
Ball and gun gamer confirmed. Chicken Tender gamer confirmed. Panda Express gamer confirmed. And the first not even 10 seconds, the first 7 seconds of the video, he says, if this was left up to real gamers, Expedition 33 would not even have been nominated. So his idea of what a real gamer is, his thought process, I don't play games apparently. Apparently I don't play games. I'm not a real gamer. You in the chat that played it, the 5 million people that bought the game, they're not real gamers.
Now, I'm not going to say the game wouldn't come close. I'm not going to hate on the game. I heard Expedition 33 was turn-based.
When you say if real gamers with voting, it would have never won, you are hating. You said you are hating. That is a hater statement. Just say, I don't agree with it. But you said real gamers they would not vote for this.
I heard Expedition 33 was turn-based, instant turn-off. I didn't want anything to do with the game. Then I heard
I gotta think. I gotta strategize. Instant turn-off.
People saying, oh, it's not like the other turn-based is way better. And I went and watched gameplay. I was gonna give the game a chance, but I just couldn't bring myself to buy the game.
He didn't play it. He watched it. Guys, the beautiful thing about video games is it is the only form of media where two people can play something and get something completely different out of it due to the user's input. If you and I go to the movies and watch Sinners, we watch the same thing. If you and I sit down and read Captain Underpants, we read the same thing. If you and I sit down and play Grand Theft Auto 5, something completely different might have happened on the same exact mission due to the way the player plays, the thought process, the skill level, your loadout, your kit. So when you say you went on YouTube and you watched it and said, this ain't it? Yeah, shout out to Captain Underpants. That shit a classic. Real niggas know. This is what I mean. Stop doing this. You cannot do this. It's on, and I don't want to hear the excuse games are expensive. This game was for free on Game Pass. And it still sold 5 million copies, by the way. But apparently 5 million of us are, by the way, 5 million in like the first 6 months, which means it's easily going to sell at least 10 million plus over its lifetime. By the way, I believe this game only took like 50 to, let's see, calculator. I believe the reports say 50 to 60 million. Let's do 60. Oh, wait. 60 million. Wait. Let's see. 5 million times $70 without tax. This game has generated over $350 million on a budget of 60 million. It made the money back tenfold. Come on, man. Let's be for real.
That's why we had to put the decision.
It was 50? Oh, my fault. Yeah, let's do it now. Let's do it again then. Less. My fault. It was 50. Let's see. 5 million times 50. Oh boy, it's on my bad, chat. Only 250 million. My bad, chat. It only made a profit. By the way, this is the studio's first game, by the way. Oh boy.
Give the game a chance, but I just couldn't bring myself to buy the game. That's why we had to put the decision in the hands of the gamers. If you just go off what
there is a section that's in the decision of the gamers. It's called the Players' Choice Awards. Me personally, I don't want the average gamer voting for these awards. It sounds good in practice, in theory, on paper. The problem with it is, and I get it, IGNs and the GameSpots of the world get it wrong. Sometimes I get it. 7 out of 10, too much water. But I am going to trust them more than the average ball to gun. The average gamer is a ball and gun gamer. I am going to trust a journalist who plays every type of game type more than a ball and gun gamer. I hate to break it to you, because we're talking about, when it comes to game of the year, we're talking about the best piece of art, not the game with the best ball or gun in it, bruh. The game that's pushing boundaries. Expedition 33, with the way that it handled turn-based combat, with its dodge and its parry system, the Picto system, the way you were able to customize your loadouts. That's an example of what I mean when I say gaming, what makes it so beautiful is we can both play the same game and get something completely different. Your Gustav, your Mel was completely different than mine. Your Loon was completely different than mine because of the Picto system allowed for so much customization. I created a class where I was able to get unlimited shots. I tweaked the system where I was able to just blast. Y'all saw it when I beat the game. I literally just shot all the fucking enemies to death. A lot of y'all probably didn't figure out how to do that. You had to really sit there and read the Picto system, but that's the problem. You got to sit there and read, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Back to what we was doing, though.
Big companies like IGN and other companies say, then you'll never really know what game was the game of the year.
Listen, it's like I said, I get what he's saying. Sometimes the IGNs and the GameStops of the world fuck it up, but that's not always, right? A lot of times I feel like we focus too much on the few mistakes that are made, and we don't ever out them up when they get it right. Because on the opposite end of the spectrum, I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of times niggas will go to IGN and they'll use that review score to try to push their agenda. Y'all love to always talk about how when they get it wrong, but also when they do get it right, you love to push it. Or when they give the review for a score, it's really biased. It's based off of what you like and what you dislike or whatever. But me personally, I'm going to trust the opinion of somebody who played all the games versus somebody who didn't play hardly any of them, maybe one of them. And you're like, man, this shit is trash. You're not qualified for these conversations. If you didn't play at least half of those games, why are you even worried about what's game of the year? And then here's another thing too. How does any of these opinions affect your ability to have fun? I think Expedition 33 should win, but if it doesn't, it's not going to stop me from saying it's my personal game of the year. That's the biggest thing that I'm talking about. My issue when it comes to these conversations, it's these definitive opinions. If real gamers were voting, this wouldn't even be in the fucking conversation. If you was a real gamer, you would know why it was in the conversation. And I think what bothers me too most is when I have a blind spot, an example being Dispatch. Dispatch recently came out. I haven't played it yet. A lot of y'all were coming in the chat and y'all were saying, yo, Dispatch should be nominated for Game of the Year. This shit is fucking fire. Same thing with Belantro last year. I wasn't too familiar with those two games, but the way my brain goes, it says, damn, I got a blind spot. Let me check something out, then I can form my own opinion. I don't understand why people who don't play any of these games, instead of saying to themselves, yo, I missed out potentially on some really dope stuff, maybe I should give it a shot, they just completely dismiss it. And the worst part is, on a deeper level, I'm gonna go there. I'm not talking about this person in particular, but this can apply to a lot of you. One of the reasons why a lot of y'all are depressed and miserable, besides the personal things that you got going on in your life, is because you are not consuming anything that inspires you. When I went to the Avatar concert a couple weeks ago, I got inspired. Like, I've been writing some notes down, been doing like a treatment for my own like little comic book or whatever. And they were playing that Secret Tunnel song, and that shit inspired me. And I got an idea for like my origin story for like my character. You cannot find inspiration from fucking playing Call of Duty every goddamn year. Also, if the Game Awards were based off real gamers and just popularity, Call of Duty and 2K would win Game of the Year every fucking time. By this logic of just straight numbers and popularity in real gamers, you guys think crackheads are smart. Because back then in the 80s, everybody was smoking crack. And because everybody was smoking crack, like 60% of people, apparently you guys are smart. Like, what are we talking about, bruh? What are we talking about, bruh? It doesn't make, no, you're a crackhead. That's what I know that was an extreme example, but it's like on a deeper level, on some real shit, y'all fail to realize you guys perpetuate your own vicious cycles of boredom. You are missing out on potentially being inspired in life because you refuse to consume something other than something that makes you comfortable. Then you got niggas in the chat talking about, man, I'm trying to like Black Ops 7. I hate to use you as an example. It's no malice, but you said that shit. Man, I'm really trying to like, why are you trying to like Call of Duty? You knew that shit was ass. It was a fucking million reviews that told you that shit was ass. The campaign, they fighting big ass monsters like Suicide Squad, and you bought shit. Niggas tell you Expedition 33 is nominated 12 times. Niggas get on YouTube and say, no, this shit is corny. What are we talking about? This shit is getting old, bruh. It's old. You are not a real gamer. You're a real You're a sheep, but that's not even the worst one. That's not the worst one. Let's really talk about this is the one. Yeah, I'm off the subs. This is the one that really I was like, oh, I'm finna go on a rant tomorrow. Listen to I'm gonna let this nigga dig his own grave. Only We Gaming. And by the way, before we get into this, because this is my first impression of you, and I don't have a personal issue with you. But I talked about some real life shit. This is from a content creator to another. 2026 will be year 18 for me. I've been doing this 14 years full time. I'm the LeBron James of this shit. Now, you can say you don't want to be like me. That's fine. Exactly like me. That's perfectly fine. But I'd imagine if you guys are posting content on the internet, that means you have some type of goal where you want to make some type of income, whether it's part-time or full-time. You want to build a name and a brand for yourself. And the thing is, most content creators, they produce content for fun. You know, they make funny moments on stream with their friends and they post clips, and that's fine. But the moment you decide that you want to hop in this lane that I'm in, where we talk this industry shit, when we talk about the culture, you need to make sure you know what the fuck you talking about, because the reality is this is my first impression of all these creators, and your opinions are basura. They're fucking basura. And you have to understand, if you want to build a brand, I'm trying to get all advice that's going to sustain, because the real shit, y'all may not agree with everything that I say on this stream, but one thing I stand the fuck on is, you may not like my opinion, but you know I sit on this stream and I play these fucking games, and it's based off of what I did. Now I went and watched a YouTube video and I said, oh, this shit is trash. Do your fucking homework if you want to be part of the culture. Otherwise, stay your ass on the other side of the fence and just get your little goofy ass clips, because this shit is getting old. You guys are becoming a detriment to the fucking culture. We want to see things progress. You can't complain there's a lack of creativity when you don't support it. Something got nominated 12 times and niggas like that shit ass. I'm dismissing it. Y'all opinions is ass. Now, this is the worst one. Hold up.
Expedition 33, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for saying this, but low-key, Expedition 33, I played it so far, it's okay. Like, I think we're kind of starting to reach that point where, like, people are kind of starting to overrate, like, smaller, like, games or indie games just because they're made by, like, a small team. Like, you guys see, like, a small team make like, an average
He's saying we only like the game because it's made by 30 people.
Looking game, and you guys think the game is like the best thing ever. Like, that's just far from the truth. Like, graphically, like,
but don't worry, I'm gonna let it play. He finna tell on himself.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the game does look good, especially for a small team that made it, for sure. Like, Expedition 33 looks really good, you know, for a game that's made by like a quote unquote small team. But honestly, when it comes to like the gameplay, you know, the gameplay isn't anything crazy compared to other, you know, RPG games. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen other, you know, companies try to mix in, you know, role playing and like, you know, live action RPG gameplay in the same, like, you know, vein. Like, we've seen this before. And plus, honestly, like, the story is fine, obviously. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess, like, the story is fine. But honestly, like, the story isn't, like, anything crazy. Like, I'm not, like, you know, at the edge of my seat watching the story. Like, the story already feels kind of predictable already. Like,
and that's when I stopped playing the video. He admitted that he only had been playing it for a short period of time, and he said it's overrated because the story is predictable. Now, me personally, as somebody who reads a lot and consumes a lot of different games, watches a lot of different movies, anime, TV show, y'all know I sit on this stream, and a lot of times I be predicting story beats to the point where I'm not gonna lie, it's a bad. I kind of hate having that talent. Sometimes I be in the movie theater and I can predict where a movie's going. So, like, I love when I am genuinely surprised by something. This, I know for a fact, This man did not get past Act 1. He probably played an hour and a half and said, this shit's overrated. Because if you would have got to the end of Act 1, there's no, and I'm not going to tell you what happens, but if you know, you know. There's no way you predicted that. And then if you go further, you get to the end of the story. The story, Expedition 33 is one of the few stories where it actually requires critical thinking. You cannot predict the writing in this, and that's what makes it so fucking good. But you hopped on the internet, you gave it a minute and 22 second opinion saying this game's overrated. You mainly just like it because it's made by a small dev team and it's predictable. No, you didn't play the fucking game. You just want to be a contrarian, and you have to understand this is people's first impressions of you. A lot of times people be like, oh, it's rage bait, or I didn't think it would go that viral. Listen, you posted it. It came across my For You page. This is my first impression of you. You didn't play the game. The story is not predictable. You didn't get to the end of Act 1. I guarantee you. You probably made it out the prologue and was like, I don't get it, man. You got too many people, and I blame the iPad, man, the doom scrolling. These people, their brain has been rotted, and if things aren't constantly blowing up in the first 30 minutes, they think the shit is ass. Guys, it's called world building. You set up the universe so that when the story finally does take a turn, it hits way harder. But you have to let the story progress. But this was we got to stop, man. Said check his achievements.
Even the soundtrack, like the soundtrack is solid, but honestly, I swear I've heard this soundtrack like a billion times already in other games. Honestly.
He heard this soundtrack a billion times already. That shit cap as fuck, nigga. That shit is that shit's cap. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You heard this shit a million times already. Name a game. If you heard this soundtrack a million times, name a game where you heard this soundtrack.
I'm not saying the game is bad, because some of y'all think just because the game is overrated that means the game is bad. No, the game isn't bad. Like I'm having some fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying the game is bad.
And I believe him. I'm not saying he thinks the game is bad. But what I am saying is I think your opinion is cap. It's based off of the unfortunate thing about the Game Awards is people just want to be part of the zeitgeist. They want to be part of the conversation. So they rush their opinions out. And this is why I said as a content creator, you got to be really careful. If I haven't played nothing, I don't really speak on it. I don't really speak on it. He's grifting. No, and this is another thing. We got to stop saying this shit, bro. Everybody is not grifting. That the average reading level in the United States is 6th grade. Everybody can't be grifting. Some people are just wrong, stupid, off base. Because it becomes too convenient. It becomes too convenient. More like attention seeking. This shit is fucking crazy. We got to give credit where credit is due. You're just wrong.
I think we need to have like an honest discussion about like why like smaller games sometimes get overrated just because they're made by a small team. Because sometimes some of y'all do overrate these games just because they're made by a smaller team.
Me personally, I just don't rate games until I beat it. I don't understand how you play a game for an hour and two and be like, that shit's overrated. Fucking, you say, yeah, you be saying they're grifting, you taking away the accountability. Liza P soundtrack's up there with Expedition 33. He's not grifting. He actually just believes this. I think he actually believes this. But when he said that part, I didn't even finish the rest of this part. When he said that part that, yeah, the story is really predictable, it's overrated, I was like, oh yeah, you played the game. You probably beat the prologue and turned it off and made this video. I'm having some fun with it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Expedition 33, I feel comfortable saying it's going to be a sweep. They got nominated for 12 awards. I think they'll take home at least 3. And one of them will probably be Game of the Year. It's going to be bad for a lot of your favorite games. If you don't agree, that's fine. But I would hope that if you didn't agree, it's because it's based off of you playing and it's your experience. And once again, these quotes that we're saying, it's all based off of just what they watch on YouTube and all this other shit. Here's another thing while we're at it. Can we stop basing a game's quality off of how many Twitch viewers it has? Twitch is not even one of the top 100 most populated websites in the world. Why do y'all care about Twitch viewership in terms of quality of the game? You don't judge art. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you went to a museum and you said, man, this piece of art is cool, but like, how much foot traffic did the museum get today? Because if it, the only thing you should be worried about is, do you like the painting or not? That's the only thing. this Mona Lisa is cool, but it's kind of slow in the museum today. That's literally what you're saying. You guys have the weirdest fucking opinions, bruh. Did you have fun with the game or not? Was the visuals good? Was the gameplay great? Did it do something unique? Was the music, the voice acting? What do you like or dislike the game? I turned on the YouTube, didn't have a lot of views. I think about that all the time. People only like what other people like. And this is, yeah, that's a conversation on a deeper level. I think a lot of people have a hard time accepting a lot of y'all are sheep. Bah. But even if you wanted to play the numbers game, I know Expedition 33 up until this point in the last 6 months, I believe, that it came out, it's already sold 5 million. So I can predict it's going to sell at least 10 million, probably more. I know Silk Song sold a few million. Let me see. What was it? Game of the Year nominees. Even if you want to do the numbers, they're wrong about that. That's the funny part. They're wrong about. Oh, this is the Game Awards. So you're not even accurate if you're talking about numbers. The only way to have a valid opinion is to not get far into a game with issues. Just for the look. Let's see. View all categories. Game of the Year. I said 5. I don't know how much this sold. I know this sold a few million for the simple fact that it's on the Switch too. There's not a lot of games. Hades 2 definitely sold well. It's been in early access. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Last I checked, that sold at least 4 or 5. I know that sold a few million as well because these games are all popular. But I feel like a lot of times with these ball and gun chicken tender Pizza Hut gamers, they think because it's not pulling Call of Duty numbers that it's not a good game. That's just not how art works. You don't judge art based off how many people consume it, because a lot of times what's considered the best art, a lot of people don't consume it because for whatever reason, whether it could be wasn't advertised correctly or what. Sometimes success is just right place, right time. And that's the importance of these games, of this thing. If one of these games wins, like you should be, oh man, I missed out on all these cool games. I should check them out. I should fucking check them out. I have a blind spot. What happened to that? Not I know. He said, if real gamers were voting for this, man, Hades 2 with a whatever. Bro, niggas love Hades. What are you talking about, bro? I bet Expedition 33 was an FPS. They'd love it. If it was a shooter, I'm saying thinking them dudes go to museums is giving a lot of credit. Well, I wasn't saying they go to museums. I was just using it as an example. Just because, like, I feel like I have to use jokes to try to educate people and show them how asinine their arguments are. And I feel like that joke really, really can resonate for people. Like, how many times have you been to an art show and looked at a painting and said, I like this painting, but the foot traffic is kind of low? It makes no fucking sense to me, bruh. So if the foot traffic is low, but it's good, that means we should be what? Uplifting it. But even that is wrong because all these games sold millions, bro. You're just, what it comes down to is, I think what happened, like I said, during COVID 2020, a lot of people bought their first console, PS4, and a lot of people bought gaming PCs. It's a lot of new gamers. There is a new generation of gamers. This is their first game. And a lot of them are older too. Because a lot of people were stuck in the house. They were thinking about getting into gaming. And now they want to be a part of the greater community, but they're not as in tune as what they think they are. And all I ask is, do some research. The same people that said Elden Ring was lame until Kai Cenat played it. Ding, 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 ding. Like I said, I'm confident in saying it's going to be an Expedition 33 sweep. You could be butthurt all you want. It deserves to win Game of the Year. In my opinion, this is the best game that I've played since Elden Ring. This is the first one where first game I played since Elden Ring where I really didn't have nothing negative to say. And y'all know I'm very picky about shit. Niggas is broke. That's the issue. That's not even accessibility in gaming is a cop out. I've said this on this stream plenty of times. Yes, games are more expensive than ever with them being the $70 price tag, but games are also cheaper than ever because not only are games $70, but you have the Game Pass, you have Steam sales, and then also one thing that's unique to gaming now in comparison to when I was a kid, usually within the first 3 months of a game's release, the price drops by like 50%. When I was a kid and games were only $50, $60, that game stayed $50 for 2 years. It had to hit PlayStation 2's greatest hits before it dropped in price. GameCube's greatest hits before it dropped in price. But games drop in price faster than ever now, not because of the quality of the games is worse, but because there's more competition. because there's more competition. In order to compete, it forces developers to drop the price. So as long as you are willing to wait, especially because you don't have the time to play everything right away, you can usually get the game you want for the price that you want. Just add it to your Steam wish list. Add it to your. It's a fucking cop out. Even in the best case scenario, if you had the money to buy every new release that came out for $70, you still wouldn't have the time to play them all. So to say, oh, gaming is too expensive is a fucking cop out, bro. You can afford the shit. The problem is you niggas don't want to wait. That's another conversation. Instant gratification. But yeah, this was on Game Pass, bro. Isn't Hades on Game Pass too? Silksong 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know for damn sure 2 of the 6 games on the Game of the Year award were fucking free. You said FOMO? That FOMO is a bitch, bro. That FOMO is a bitch. Expedition 33 is cool and all, but TS6 gonna have 14 nominations. TS6? TES6. What's TES6? What is that? Hades 1's on the game. Hades 1's is on the Game Pass. So yeah, if you didn't have the money for 2, you could at least try the first one. 2 of those games were for free, and they still didn't play them. And Elder Scrolls 6? That shit ain't never coming out, nigga. Elder Scrolls ain't never coming out. Shut the fuck up, bro. Elder Scrolls 6 was announced 6 years ago. That shit ain't coming out for another 6 years, bro. What are we talking about? And by the way, I'm not even making a joke. Todd Howard said that. He said, "Oh, we're not even close." That shit ain't coming out, bro. Next year's Game of the Year will most likely be, if GTA 6 actually does come out next year, there's no way that game is not winning. That'll be one time that a game, I'm not saying it'll be a bad game, but we don't know if that'll be the actual best quality game. But due to popularity, GTA 6 is pretty much a shoo-in for Game of the Year. If it doesn't come out next year, GTA 6, I'm gonna go ahead and make a prediction. If next year GTA 6 doesn't come out, the game niggas will be bitching about if it doesn't win Game of the Year is Wolverine. Wolverine will be the Spider-Man 2, the Black Myth Wukong, the Ghost of Yotei of 2026. But if GTA 6 does come out the same year Wolverine comes out, people won't bat an eye. But people are going to be butthurt about Wolverine. And we don't even know the quality of that game. But I predict that'll be the game that people cry about. Well, what the fuck? That nigga got claws. It don't even got a ball. This is my first non-ball and gun game, bro. How could it not win? I'm gonna give the Elder Scrolls 6 to my great grandkids. Tight shit. I didn't play Expedition 33, but as a turn-based enthusiast, this was still a win. Expedition 33 was so good. It's the first turn-based game I've seen where so many people were like, I don't even like turn-based games. It happened a little bit after it won the award with Baldur's Gate 3, but I feel like I saw it more with Expedition 33. I don't like turn-based games, but I love this one. Try the fucking game out, bro. It's on Game Pass. Keep an open mind and stop giving these shitty opinions, man. Please be educated. I don't know why I have to say this. Please be educated if you want to talk about a subject. Otherwise, be quiet. Stick to posting funny clips. Because the thing about, and this is like some real advice type shit, the thing about when you want to hop in this lane and give these type of opinions, unless you're someone like Shroud, because Shroud gives shitty opinions, but Shroud is already self-made and he's paid. That nigga got a big check from Mixer. So Shroud can give shitty opinions about games and be fine because he's established. If you as a content creator are a fucking nobody, why do you keep giving uneducated opinions why do you keep putting that into the air? People are going to be scrolling. They're going to see that and they're going to say, nigga, you didn't play the game. Block. You're going to fuck your own progress up. So you have to stop. Y'all better stop following Shroud. That nigga's good. He's fucking good. You, the guy that's trying to grow, take the time, do the research. That's how you build an audience because people will respect you. They'll be like, you know what? It's not my game. I played it, but it's not my cup of tea. And stop saying you're not real gamers because we don't agree with your opinion. You will never hear me say that shit. You'll hear me slander Spark and Zero niggas because they fucking stupid. But on your point earlier, I was trying to play Where the Wind Meets on PS5, but my game would crash when I was making my character repeatedly. I would have gone to social media complain, but I'm waiting to play more because I form my own opinion. But it's also your right to not want to play it if it keeps crashing. Where the Winds Meet, I didn't play that shit. You don't see me talking about it. I also don't bash it. It looks like an okay game. I just said it's not for me. I don't understand why that's so hard for people that JD's been preaching about this for years. We got to start expanding our vocabulary. Start saying, this is not for me. Not this shit is trash. because the only thing that's trash that came out in 2025, probably definitively, is Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye is a trash game. It doesn't work. You're falling through the map. The story is terrible. The guns ain't clicking. That is trash. When you want to dunk on that, I'm right there with you. But if a game is high quality, but it's not your gameplay style, it's not for you, and you shouldn't dismiss other people's experiences. This is that individualism shit that I be taught. I think of the greater picture, man. That's my rant. That's me on standing on my soapbox. Hopefully people heard me. Hopefully people don't take things personal. If you do, oh well, I don't give a fuck. We talking about video games anyway. I also was trying to give y'all some real advice. Because I know people might get offended that I'm calling them out for having bad opinions, but somebody who's been doing this for 18 years, 14 full time, I think I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Had his own TV show. I think I know what I'm talking about. Serious question. Are you going to play Digimon? Nah, not enough time. But I believe y'all when y'all say that shit is fire. Not enough time. It's too many fucking games. That's why I give people grace. 6 nominations. I get it. Maybe you don't have time. You're busy with work. You don't have time to play all 6 games, but you didn't play 2 or 3 of them and got like a healthy amount of time in. Instead, you waited for it to be nominated to play an hour, then hop on Betty White's internet and say that shit is overrated. You're not doing your homework. You're cramming and then getting mad when you're getting the answers wrong. You failed. You failed. We got a bunch of gamers out here cramming. But what's up, buddy? They didn't play no games. I think you played more games than them, right? Bad intel, bad fucking intel. Oh, and then I saw this video and like I agreed with this too, like the too cool for school agenda too.
It's announced for 2025. I have noticed the prevalence of this agenda, this anti-turn-based and anti-platformer agenda in the online gaming community. In 2023, Baldur's Gate 3 was announced as a contender for Game of the Year, and it won Game of the Year. In 2024, Astrobot was announced for a Game of the Year contender.
And I agree, basically what he's saying. I feel like there's like this weird agenda where people are too cool to play turn-based or they're too grown to play like platformer games. And like my thing is like games are supposed to be an escape. They're supposed to be a way to have fun. So why wouldn't you be open to different ways of having fun? How do you know, me personally, how do you know if you like something if you didn't try it? You said what makes it sad is the turn-based and platformer games are what built gaming. They are the backbone of gaming, but they wasn't there. They was not there. Like if real shit, that's some real shit. If ball and gun gamers were in charge, the gaming industry would have been dead by now. Because at least the PC industry was okay, but late 80s, early 90s, gaming was having a crash, and a plumber came along named Mario and saved the console industry. Video games, I know this is hard to believe for some of y'all, but video games were considered a kid's toy back when I was a kid. And then Mario came along and solidified gaming. If ball and gun gamers were running things back then, Mario would have never sold and gaming would have never. This is why casuals will never dictate the fucking culture, because you are a fucking casual. You are not an enthusiast. You don't deep dive on anything. Everything is surface level with you. And then you get upset that nobody wants to dive deeper with you. You need to dive deeper. We're not listening to no surface level arguments. We don't treat Pokemon as a TBG, but it's probably the most popular one. Mario came through and saved the day. Mario came through and saved the day. We got the goddamn Mario movie now. I don't know why all of a sudden people think platformers are for kids. I'm fucking 35 years old, and just yesterday I said, oh, that new SpongeBob game look all right. I play it. Like, why are y'all too cool for that shit? Niggas act like they wasn't playing Mario and Sonic when they was kid. I'm trying to have fun, bro. Y'all niggas want to be miserable. Really want to sit on Black Ops 7 and be miserable. Okay, I saw a video last night. The dude said, man, I can't do it. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. And somebody in the comments said, he's like, I think it's because you don't know who's cheating and who's not anymore. Yeah, the MLG niggas ruined everything, didn't they? Oh, and then last but not least, I saw a couple trailers that was interesting. There's an indie game being made called Tricky Madness. It looked like SSX. This randomly appeared on my For You page. I thought I'd share it for those who like indie games. What about the SpongeBob movie with Ice Spice? Ice Spice lit.
5 times multiplier. Let's see a wicked trick.
No capping. I just beat Expedition 33 and wow.
I got the magic.
He said Static. You know, I didn't even realize he kind of does look like Static. This is just a clip of the game, but if y'all want the you want their Twitter, there is somebody's making an indie version of SSX Tricky. Could be something. That's their Twitter right there if y'all want to follow them. Oh, wait. I put it in the YouTube. Let me put it in the all chat. It should be there. Shout out to Dark Blaze with the sub. Appreciate it. And shout out to Nightmare Eclipse Gaming with the super chat. Hades did so well that it got Super Giant Games to break their own rules and make a sequel. But niggas really shit on platformers and forgot they used to build the Twin Towers on Fortnite. They still do that shit on Fortnite. I guess because it's multiplayer, it makes it cool, I guess. I don't know. Are you going to try the third person mode for the Avatar game? What Avatar game? You talking about the fighting game? And then this game got announced. I don't know what this is. Fatekeeper gameplay reveal made by THQ, story-driven first-person RPG, accompanied by a talking rat. Players can refine their character through combat styles, focus narrative paths, world invite exploration areas. What does that mean? And enemies have distinct patterns and strengths. They got a talking rat.
Yet another ambush.
Yeah, here's Elder Scrolls New York edition.
This road is as perilous as it is joyless.
Got that fatty back.
There is peril to my senses. Your stench and the sorry shape that bears it.
Let's see how choosy you'll be when the void and
So in this game, you play as Michael Jackson because your best friend a fucking rat. This is crazy. This is Ben. This already doesn't look like my cup of tea. This does look like Elder Scrolls though. I wish there was a third person. The sword looks weighty when he swings it.
Every time a sun returns, Sabertooth returns to mash my meat into a
This is, I gotta get you, YouTube comment. So earlier I said, how do you know if you like it if you didn't try it? That was a contextual statement. And talking about games, this man, Jay Plays 24K said, how would you know if I like it if you didn't try it is the gayest thing ever? It's only gay because your brain went to taking dick. Which, you know, if that's what you like to do, that's cool for me. You know, none of my fucking business. But my brain did not go to taking dick. I'm not going to lie. So the fact that your brain instantly went to getting pounded in your ass, I think maybe you need to get off this stream and think about what you got going on internally. Maybe talk to your family because you notice nobody in the chat said anything like that. We were talking about video games. You made it gay, bro. Like, what are you talking about? This is shit I be talking about. I'm telling y'all, the gayest people on earth are heterosexual men. Y'all be doing some of the gayest shit that I've ever seen in my fucking life. Nobody was talking about that. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You don't say nothing else in the fucking chat. You tried it, but my brain did not go there. Why? Because I don't think about that stuff. Live your truth, my brother. Stop fighting them demons, nigga. You are what you are. You tried it. It was contextual, right? You said, please don't let it be. It was a YouTube comment. It was 100%. Live your truth, my boy. Stop projecting onto the chat. I'm not gonna lie, like the swings on the weapons have a nice weight to them. It just, it's not, I never really liked these type of games. Can somebody explain to me, like, what's the appeal of like the Skyrim type of games like these? What's the appeal of these kind of medieval first person games? The role play. So does this look better? Does this look better than Avowed to you? Love how visceral the animations are. I feel that. Yeah, it looks more weighty. This looks good. Keep in mind, this is the Twitter video player, so it's a little ashy.
so much death.
It would look better in real life. Oh yeah, it's got a nice weight to it. I think I just never liked the medieval type of setting. Like, it's rarely that I like it. He putting oil on his sword? What the hell? People just explore the sandbox. That's why Starfield didn't catch on with a lot of people. Yeah, the sandbox section was ass. Yeah, that's fair. You don't like the settings where there's no plumbing. Is that what it is? If you want I think there's a longer version of it. It looks okay. It's just not my cup of tea. You see how easy it is for me to say that? It's not my cup of tea. But I'm not gonna call that shit trash. Yeah, there's a full 8-minute demo if y'all want to check it out. I'll drop it in the chat. I'm pretty sure there's probably more story elements, but I already know this medieval shit's not my cup of tea. Should go to all platforms. Let's go in the sub box. Let me switch my account. Okay. Oh, I went to the wrong one. Hokage highlights. Type of game you just chill out with after work, slice some heads off. I feel that. Fuck. I just hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Hey, I had to do it. Do Demio and Dungeons. Did you like The Witcher 3? The Witcher would have been an exception, yeah. I'm not saying I don't ever like it. Sometimes there will be exceptions, but usually I don't really like that stuff. Cleared hot official early access. Cleared. Main reason I fuck with Elder Scrolls is the lore. Got a arrow to the knee type shit. I'm gonna assume there probably not any other interesting trailers. The new Donkey video. Have you actually seen The Prince of Tennis? Yeah, that's how I know the reference. I watched it. The old one, not the new one that came out like a couple of years. I watched the old one from like the 90s. I like that. I find that I like sports animes. I like The Prince of Tennis. I like Kuroko no Basket. I might fuck around and watch Ippo, the boxing one, because I got Netflix now. So shout out to T-Mobile. Although T-Mobile tried to do some snake shit. With my account, I got free Netflix, Hulu, and Apple TV. So I signed up for it the other day. And yesterday, I got a text message saying, hey, by the way, we're going to be increasing the price. Apple TV will no longer be free. You still get a discount with T-Mobile, but it will now be adding $3 extra a month to your account. So I said, oh, let me go ahead and remove that off my account. I went into the T-Mobile app. Now the page ain't loading. So I got to call them before fucking January 1st. I said, here y'all go with this fucking bullshit. Nope, canceled. I wanted it because I was free. I probably was never even going to use the Apple TV. I really just wanted the Netflix, right? Shit. Watch Blue Lock. Oh, yeah, I like Blue Lock. Yeah, I watched it. I like Blue Lock. Yeah, these are all the Xbox trailers. Yeah, so I find that I do like sports animes. You might like I know about Megalobox too. Yeah. But I've seen edits on TikTok of Ippo. So like that show looks kind of fire to me. Hellraiser Revival official gameplay reveal. I don't know this one. At least I don't think I do. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora official from Ashes Expanse and gameplay walkthrough. What's it gonna be? More fucking bases you gotta invade? Executive Assault 2 official. Well, that's just the Expanse of Osiris official Life in Space overview trailer. Wretched Divine Ascents. Mega Bonk. Hammer. Yeah, I'm gonna play this Avatar off stream, bro. This shit fun. Borderlands 4. We don't care. Mafia the Old Country update. Handmancer's official demo. What the fuck is this? Shinobi Strikers. Naruto Boruto Shinobi Strikers official Momoshiki. I don't know how to say the last name. DLC. Who is y'all still playing Shinobi Strikers? Who playing? Be honest. Y'all niggas playing Shinobi Strikers every night naked, huh? Have you checked out Moonlighter 2? Nah, I don't even know. When Moonlighter 1 come out? Niggas playing Shinobi Strikers butt ass naked with a fucking Hidden Leaf headband. Ren Sport official launch trailer. Bro, Ippo is so good. Worth the watch. No anime weeb shit. Every once in a while, you know, I get in the mood. Oh, Lord.
Thought his hero days were long behind him. But when he runs
sounds like a good time.
Militia,
I'm on him.
he finds himself in a new battle against a mysterious menace.
Where the hell they get a jet?
With the help of the county sheriff
Easy, okay? I get a little motion sick.
and a reclusive crank,
You can call me Desert Mike.
he'll fight.
It's a no for me. Clive Barker's Hellraiser. What the fuck? Here we go with this devil shit. Oh, hell nah. We don't do that devil shit. Hell nah.
The biggest fears of an astronaut doing extravehicular activity, or EVA, is somehow becoming detached and floating away.
Demons out.
Hi, I'm Leroy Chow. I'm a former NASA astronaut and ISS commander. Alcat
Right.
Games
This
asked
game is gorgeous.
me to help them to create what it's like to live and work in space.
Every time I
And
watch hard games, it's hilarious. Like, man, I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like no game where I feel like I gotta take a shower afterwards, bro. Yo, shout out to Tony Rigg with the super chat. He said I felt the need to donate on behalf of the YouTube chat. You said that was an apology for him. You don't gotta apologize for that dumbass nigga's opinion, bro. He ain't typed nothing up. He listened to he got stupid opinions, but at least he listened to what I said. I told him don't type shit else in the fucking
And
chat.
it's really a challenge to take that experience and make it into a realistic game, and that's where their team stepped in.
Hellraiser movie's pretty freaky. Nah, I ain't seen it.
Realism grounded in science fiction, not simulation.
During real spacewalks, we actually use tethers to keep ourselves attached to the vehicle. In a reactive game, that would be too clumsy, and so mag boots is a creative way to kind of compromise and keep it realistic, but also be able to be reactive. But the fear is the same, becoming detached somehow and drifting away.
Said, nah, he's still chatting. Oh, he need to get banned.
And that's just one
What was his name again?
Even firearms
Ooh, look at the particle effects on this giant.
behave differently in space. Recoil and ballistics would also
Okay, cover shooting look kind of good.
be different. People think about space as silent, but silence can mean danger. For example, inside of the spacesuit, there's a steady hum of the fan that's blowing oxygen over your face. The people at Alcat Games did some research and figured out that vibrations caused by shots inside of a vehicle would translate to the hull and likely be felt through the mag boots.
We love the idea, but had to adapt it. Pure realism would mean almost no sound in combat. No vacuum, you hear more than Austiners do, but far less than in atmosphere. What you hear is what your character feels. Breath, comes, vibrations. The tension stays, and so does the fear.
Yeah, he blew his head off. Was this the game? Is this the game that was supposed to? Is this the game that was made by former Mass Effect devs? I think this is the game.
The mission crews train
It's
for
not.
months, even years together.
What was that game
The
called
commander
then?
is chosen first and sets the tone. Just like in the game, trust takes time.
Oh, that
and
was
shared
Exodus.
experience.
Well, this looks good still.
The ship is crew's home. To craft the right atmosphere, we focus on the smallest of details. Life in space changes tastes. Astronauts often crave spices just to feel such sensations again. On pink water meals created from what could actually be grown in orbit. And in the same spirit, you'll even hear your companions discussing food and ingredients on the ship. We hope that our approach to blending realism with gameplay considerations will make players experience something engaging and truly immersive.
Right. What's the story about though? I just hope this is not another space game with this is not another space game with no aliens. Oh, this is a TV show? It's separate from the TV show? Their release date? Nah, it just says wish list. It just says wish list.